Welcome to the first video on the Beard Nord channel, and today I'm basically looking at why you should play Breath of the Wild before 2022. Before getting into this, I think it's key to give a quick breakdown on the build up to the best game ever, in my opinion, which is Breath of the Wild. Released on the 3rd of March, it came to the Nintendo Switch as a release title and acted as the last Nintendo published title for the Wii U. It'd been in the works for years, with its initial public display taking place with its first trailer, which was shown off on the 10th of June 2014. This changed everything. This video isn't just for those of you who have never played Breath of the Wild, but also for the veterans of Hyrule who have synced hundreds of hours into the game. Emotionally, I might live in that game. I don't know if that's a good thing. Anyway, we're going to break this video down into three main components which make up the reason to play Breath of the Wild before the release of its sequel. We're going to be talking about the game world, the music, and the emotions it invokes. I've always loved the outdoors. When I was younger, anything was possible. All I needed was nature and a keen imagination. I could be a knight or a wizard, and as long as I was equipped with my trusty stick, which acted as my sword, axe, and wand at the same time, it meant that I could go on any adventure I wanted. The world could be made full of characters from my imaginary story, or it could be an adventure of a hero, accompanied only by the isolation present. To me, these are the emotions which Breath of the Wild captures so effortlessly. It can be one of community and friendships, but also an experience of isolation, loss, and the feeling of carrying the fate of the world on your shoulders. Not to mention, you can equip a stick to use as a substitute for when you don't have a real sword, and that kind of recreates a sense of nostalgia, like I said, when you're a child and you use a stick and pretend it's your trusty weapon. Furthermore, the world of Breath of the Wild excels at balancing the sense of responsibility with that of insignificance. And what I mean is that while the fate of Hyrule is dependent on you progressing the story, the actual inhabitants and the world will continue to live regardless of your input. The wind will keep blowing, the weather will keep changing, the mobs keep hunting, and the days keep progressing. However, the strongest emotional element of Breath of the Wild for me is that sense of comforting isolation. I know that seems like an odd juxtaposition, but sometimes you need to be alone with nothing but the company of your own thoughts. And so whether you want the cool and quiet winds of Hyrule Field, the chilling flakes of frost in Hebra Peak, or the haunting vibes of war and death, Hyrule offers a variety of environments for you to conduct your digital headspace in. To put it simply, if you need some gaming therapy, Breath of the Wild is your choice. As I've said, I've always held nature close to me. Being outdoors is compounded with a sense of freedom and an appreciation of the landscape. Okay, that sounded a bit cliche, but it makes me sound smart, and like I know what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna keep it. Anyway, I think the beauty of the world is best summed up by Joel Burgess, world director at Ubisoft Toronto, who stated that one of his favourite things about Breath of the Wild is how totally and gleefully free the experience is, as the game has the confidence to trust players to be the stewards of their own experience. This fact alone helps in making the world of Breath of the Wild feel undiscovered, yet teeming with pockets of life. Much of the land dares the player to pay just enough attention to notice little oddities, such as a single stone in an empty field, or a shining orb on top of a roof, and as a result, it tempts you to journey down certain roads without ever fully knowing what to expect. In addition, the freedom translates into the story, as you can go straight to the final boss if you so please, Or you can spend the first 60 hours of the game simply exploring Hyrule and achieving nothing. Anyway, every single thing has its purpose in the world and continues to act with complete autonomy. As a result, the game can be whatever you want it to. If you're craving a sense of belonging, then you can indulge in helping the residents of Hyrule with a variety of jobs, collectibles, and ultimately freeing the world from the grasps of evil. However, if you're simply looking for a sense of escapism, where the pressures of the outside world don't apply, then you can do that. All you need is your sword, food, and a sense of curiosity. It'll have you questioning, where does this path lie? When was this structure built? The true magic of the game world comes from discovering its mystery in life for yourself. So yeah, basically, just go play it. Now, we might have a problem with this point. Unfortunately, a little thing called
copyright strike
limits what I can put in this video. The slightest whiff of Zelda music and Nintendo will be on my butt quicker than the FBI on a swatted Twitch streamer. However, the obvious thing would be to talk about the specific songs and the beauty of how they're composed, but that's been done a million times. What I want to focus on is
the vibe music.
Okay, what I'm specifically referring to is the soft melodic tunes of Hyrule itself, which chime in every so often. Its simplicity and shortage means that every time it starts to play, it is like a hit of serotonin. Ooh, that sweet serotonin, which acts as the icing on top of the Hyrulean cake. The music acts like a companion as you embark on your adventure through the troubled land, and by doing this it creates a sense of comfort, knowing that no matter where you travel to, you'll always have the sounds of Hyrule to spur you on. I could honestly go on and on gushing over this single element of Breath of the Wild, but this video is long enough already and I still don't understand fully how to edit videos that well. So the less work the better. Well, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. It took a little while to write up the script for this, so a like would be greatly appreciated. To conclude, what makes Breath of the Wild an amazing game is subjective. To me, it's a combination of the emotions it creates, the world, and the music, but to you it could be completely different. That's the beauty of it. It's up to you what you make it. Hyrule isn't simply a landscape made up of digits and graphics. Instead, it's the land we roam to escape.